Alright, welcome. So we're here with BASTET for Season 3. Now, from Season 2 to Season 3, things haven't really changed too much as far as building-wise. Besides, majority of the time people seem to be going with the Yoan's Wrath and Breastplate combination for ability-based assassins, and the reason why with those two items, you get the 40% cooldown reduction, you get power, you get mana from both items that helps complement the full CDR, and the extra physical protections is really great in case if you get into any sticky situations. Typically, when you jump into a team fight or into, just a few targets or whatever, you're probably going to take some extra physical damage from minions or gods, things like that. But before I go any further, I do want to talk about her abilities and why they matter into actually building BASTET. Now for BASTET, I do have boots on Warrior Tabby that give me 40 physical power, and you can just see the physical power scaling with those orange numbers next to the yellow ones. Just see how all of our physical power that we get from items gives us extra damage, or just additional damage I should say, for her abilities. 100% of your physical power goes into your pounce, which if you can pounce on a target, I mean that's a lot of extra damage. Your 3, your long range, sometimes it'll be a little tricky to hit, but if you do decide to just be able to land it, that's a lot of extra damage. Of course, your cats. This does sort of like a damage over time effect, so that's why these numbers are a little low, because they attack so many times per second, things like that. And then your Razor Whip is like 1/4 of your physical power. So physical power is very important for a BASTET. She's all ability based. Not too many times are you really going to be trying to do basic attacks like if you're a Kali. So there's no real reason to be a basic attack or build a basic attack type build like shin size and attack speed. There's no reason for that, because you just get all your damage from your abilities and a lot from it. So let's get to actually building BASTET for Conquest. If you're playing BASTET Conquest, more than likely probably jungling. If so, definitely Bubbles Mask. If not, maybe you're just solo laning or just laning in general. Bluestone Pendant is actually really strong. It's just an additional bleed on your bleed. So you do your 2 or your 3 or whatever, that applies the Bluestone Pendant passive. It's just free extra damage, just damage over time effect, really nice. But besides that, you don't really need to start item for other game modes. So let's go into, again, the Warrior Tabby. Next, definitely want to rush to the Yoan's Wrath, so that way you can make as many plays as possible with the cooldown reduction, the power, whatever. It just provides a lot of good stats for a reasonable price. From here, you can build 2 different ways for BASTET. You can not pick up Breastplate of Valor and just pick up all the power and penetration items and just be full power. Or you can instead go into the Breastplate of Valor, and that way you can maximize your cooldown reduction, and you can be just a slightly bit tankier at the cost of maybe doing, of course, less damage. So it's kind of up to you. So if you're going to the more traditional, and the way I personally build my ability-based assassins, is the Yoan's Wrath into the Breastplate of Valor. From here, we need more power penetration. Those are only the 2 stats that are really good for a BASTET, honestly. It's just power and penetration. And one that does great of both is the Titan's Bane, percentage base. Warning sign, please. Okay, you can go into Titan's Bane, and then from here you can go into more penetration items. Typically you see that at Baller's Beach Stick. Now, regardless of the passives, you can just ignore the passive, and traditionally people just buy it just for the physical power and penetration aspect from it. And then your last item could be kind of like whatever. If you want Bork of Hope, you can go into Bork of Hope, or just more power, you can just go into other items that give you power, like Transcendence. You can pick up Transcendence earlier in the build if you want to, regardless if you go on pure power or just with the breastplate. Transcendence is really nice for BASTET. Again, just provides tons of power. You already have your penetration items online, so you don't need more penetration. You're just looking for more power, even without stacks. As always, 150 physical power right now. We buy this, we're at 237. That's a lot. You just need to buy a pot, and then you're just good to go with tons of physical power. So if you just don't want to go into Breastplate of Valor, that's not really your thing, you just want to go into just pure power, then you probably want to go to the Transcendence earlier, so that way you can obviously just build up your stacks and get even more power from the item. And then you're still going to need your Titan's Bane. You're still going to need, or want, you can go into the Brawler's Beat Stick again. Stone Cutting Sword, some people like it. This is another item that gives a lot of physical power, which is always useful for a BASTET. Movement speed, you can never go wrong with more movement speed and Smite. And then passive, it's only 3 stacks, so maybe like if you jump in, maybe do a couple autos and then unleash your abilities, or let's say you're just caught out and you're having to use your auto attacks to defend yourself. It's also really good. It's just it's overall pretty decent item. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too much to talk about for Bastet. You just build power and penetration. That's all you really need for Bastet. So relics, as always situational. Maybe you can use blink, and you can blink over a wall and just summon your cats and just scare somebody. I tried using sprint on my cats, and as of this patch I'm recording right now, I can't seem to get the sprint to activate on my cats. I've seen people do it before this patch. I'm not sure if that's changed or if I'm doing it wrong. I tried summoning my cats first and then use sprint, and it doesn't seem to pop on them, but maybe I'm doing it wrong and somebody can correct me. So yeah, thank you guys for whoa, thank you so much for watching. English is pretty hard nowadays, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.